Good morning. In this fourth lecture of mechanics, here third article constraint. Constraint means restriction. Restriction means limit the system motion of system. Means here when we can write equation or inequality. That is, suppose for a system of particles with the position vectors or radius vectors r1 bar, r2 bar, dash dash, rn bar, and here if t is the time variable, then here we can write here equation f of r1 bar, r2 bar, dash dash, rn bar, comma t equal to 0 or greater than or equal to 0 or less than or equal to 0. That is limit the motion of system. This is nothing but constraint, that is there is restriction. Now consider the examples. Consider motion of rigid body. We know the motion of particles of rigid body, that is definition of rigid body we know. Distance between any two particles remains unchanged. Therefore, here motion of the particles of rigid body kept distance Rij, that is unchanged, which is the one of the constraint on motion of the system. Now the second example. Second example is, that is consider here the motion of gas molecules within the vessel. That is, the gas molecules are constrained by walls of vessels to move only inside the vessel. And third example is, that is example of particle placed on solid sphere constrained to move only on the surface or region exterior to the surface. This is again constraint. Now classification. We classify the constraint in four ways. First, holonomic constraint. Second, non-holonomic constraint. Next, rheonomic constraint. And fourth, scleronomic constraint. That is non-holonomic constraint, non-holonomic constraint, then rheonomic constraint and scleronomic constraint. Now for holonomic constraint. Here, if the constraint of the form f of r1 bar, r2 bar, dash dash, rn bar, comma t equal to 0, that is, the condition of constraint can be expressed as equation connecting the coordinates of particle and time, having the form f of r1 bar, r2 bar, dash dash, r3 bar, dash dash, rn bar, comma t equal to 0. Then this constraint is called holonomic constraint. This constraint is called holonomic constraint, and the system is called holonomic system. And example of this holonomic constraint, that is motion of rigid body. That is, constraints are expressed by equation of the form. That is, we know distance between two particles is, that is Ri minus Rj square equal to, suppose, Cij square. Therefore we can write here constraint Ri minus Rj square minus Cij square equal to 0. Next, the second constraint is non-holonomic constraint. That is, constraints are not expressible in this fashion, in that is fashion of the holonomic constant. That is, the constraint not expressible in the fashion of holonomic constant, it is called non-holonomic constant, and system is called non-holonomic system. Example is, that is motion of particle placed on sphere, surface of sphere, it or exterior of the sphere. It can be expressed as the r square minus a square is greater than or equal to 0, where a bar is the radius of sphere and r bar is distance between center of sphere and the particle. Here we can draw, that is sphere with radius r, and here suppose this radius is equal to a. This particle p, position vector with the particle p is r, this r bar, and radius is nothing but r equal to a. That is, we can write here, that is r square minus a square is greater than or equal to 0. That is, particle are exterior of the sphere or on the sphere. This is the example of non-holonomic constant. That is, in holonomic constant we get the equality, and non-holonomic constant we get inequality. Next constant is rheonomic constant. That is, this constant is depends on time explicitly, and this is called rheonomic constant, and system is called rheonomic system. For this, example is a bead sliding on rigid curve moving wire in some prescribed fashion. And last constant is scleronomic constant. That is, a definition is, the equation of constant does not explicitly depend on time, and system is called scleronomic system. Here difference between rheonomic and scleronomic. What is difference? That is, here constant which depends on time t explicitly in rheonomic constant, and in scleronomic constant, that is, constant does not depends on time, explicitly depends on time. This is difference between two constant. And here example is, that is, a bead sliding on rigid curve wire fixed in space. Example, that is, bead sliding on rigid curve wire fixed in space. And in rheonomic constraint, bead sliding on rigid curve moving wire in some prescribed fashion. In some prescribed fashion. The minimum number, now next article is degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom, that is, here the minimum number of independent variables, say u1, u2 dash dash un, required to a fixed position, and the configuration of the dynamical system which are compatible with the given constraint is called number of degrees of freedom of system. These independent variables must be sufficient in number to describe all possible position and configuration of system consistent with the given constraint. The n variables u1, u2 dash dash un are said to be independent if we n constant c1 to cn, if n constant c1 to cn such that summation of ci ui equal to 0 at any point. The necessary is follows that c1 equal to c2 equal to dash dash cn equal to 0. Now we have to find degrees of freedom. We take some examples. First example, a single free particle. Now we take this particle, free particle, in three-dimensional Euclidean space C3, that is xyz plane, xyz plane, or in room, we take one particle. What is degree of freedom? Now we know, we take one particle P, and we know coordinates are, that is x, y, z. That is, here particle requires 3 independent coordinates to describe it completely. Since this particle is free, therefore there is no constraint. That is, due to the free particle, we cannot write here any equation for that particle. That is, there is no constraint, equation or inequality. On the motion of this particle, we cannot write any constraint. We can calculate the degree of freedom as, now this is the formula. Which one is formula? This one is the formula to find degrees of freedom. That is number of coordinates into number of particles minus number of constraints. Here this system, Euclidean plane is 3-dimensional. That is, number of coordinates are here 3. We take here 3. Number of particles, there is only one particle. That is, we can write here 1, and there is no constraint. Therefore, number of constraint is, here number of constraint is 0. That is 3 into 1 minus 0, that is, we get answer 3. Therefore, the particle has 3 degree of freedom. Particle has 3 degree of freedom. Now next example of n free particles. Again, when particles are free, there is no constraint. We take again these 3 particles in Euclidean place E3. Again we get 3 coordinates. What is degree of freedom? For this, we know there is no constraint, but there are 3 coordinates, and there are suppose n particles. Therefore, we can write here degree of freedom. Again we write formula here, that is degree of freedom equal to number of coordinates into number of particles minus number of constant. Here number of constant is 0, number of coordinates are 3, and number of particles are n. That is, we can write here 3n, 3 into n, that is 3 number of coordinates, n number of particles, constant 0. Therefore 3n minus 0 equal to 3n. That is, a particle has 3n degree of freedom. Next example is of dumbbell. We know diagram of dumbbell. There are 2 wheels, and in between that there is one rod. That is, its mass is negligible. Mass of rod is negligible. That is, there are 2 particles P1 and suppose A and B, and we know the distance between these 2 particles is nothing but fixed. Therefore, here again, here for this dumbbell, that is, consider motion of 2 heavy points, that is A and B. That is, particles joined by massless rod in 3-dimensional Euclidean space E3. That is, again, number of coordinates are here 3. What is degree of freedom then? Since system consists of 2 particles, that is value of n, that is number of particles are here 2, and distance between AB, that is here by distance formula, that is, suppose this is with position vector r1 bar, this is with r2 bar, and there is fixed distance, suppose C. Therefore we can write there is one constant, that is r1 minus r2 bar bracket square equal to c square. There is one constraint. Therefore here degree of freedom, degree of freedom equal to, that is again we use the formula, that is here degree of freedom equal to number of coordinates into number of particles minus number of constant. Number of here coordinates are 3, number of particles are 2, that is A and B are 2 particles, and number of constant is nothing but 1. Therefore we can write here 3 into 2, that is 6, minus 1 equal to 5. That is degree of freedom for dumbbell is 5. Next is example of rigid body. Consider the motion of system of n non-collinear points, not lying all on one line, means non-collinear lines, with all particles at a fixed distance from each other. This is definition of rigid body. Now here we consider any 3 non-collinear particles. That is, suppose here we get 3 particles A, B, C, which are non-collinear. Now for 3 non-collinear particles, that is n, value of n equal to suppose 3 of the system. What is degree of freedom? Again we take this in 3 dimension null plane, that is a Euclidean plane E3. That is number of coordinates are 3, number of particles are 3, and constant, that is we get here 3 equations, that is equation of vector AB, vector BC, and vector AC. That is line AB, line BC, and line AC. We get 3 equations, we get 3 constant. Therefore here we can write, that is degree of freedom, that is nothing but number of coordinates, degree of freedom, that is number of coordinates into number of particles minus number of constant, that is number of coordinates are 3, that is Euclidean E3 plane, that is 3. Number of particles, we take 3 non-collinear particles, that is 3, number of particles 3, and number of constant we get 3 lines equation, that is AB, BC, and AC. Therefore 3, that is 3 into 3 is 9, minus 3, that is 9 minus 3 is equal to 6. And therefore here for 3 particles, that is rigid body with 3 particles, degree of freedom is nothing but 6. Now next, constraint introduce 2 types of difficulties in solution of the mechanical problems. That is, some constraint we will get 2 difficulties to solve the mechanical problems. First problem, that is coordinates Ri are not all independent, since they are connected by equation of constraints. Hence the equation of motion, that is summation over j Fij bar plus Fie equal to Pi bar. Here Fij is internal force, Fie is external force, and this P is linear momentum. We know the equation of motion, and these equation of motion are not all independent. This is first problem of the constraint, to write the constraint. Now next, here second problem, that is forces of constraints are unknown. Say for example, the force exerted by wall of container on the gas particles is unknown. It must be obtained from the solution of the problem. In case of holonomic constraint, the first difficulty can solve by introducing generalized coordinate, and in next lecture we see this what is generalized coordinate. Thank you.